This is the Similkameen River, just downstream from where Wolfe Creek enters it, and you can see some pretty thick chunks of ice. We'll zoom in on a bit here. Get a really good look at some of that ice. And that is ice, it's not snow. I mean, there's a thin layer of snow on top, but what happens here is the ice gets pushed downstream, and it just grinds and grinds and grinds until it's very fine, and just keeps getting pushed by the motion of the water, the current moving it around, and it just basically ends up getting pushed up onto the ground. And you can see, if I zoom in here, you'll be able to see that that is actually an accumulation of ice on top of kind of a sandbar situation there. See if that focused up for you there. So that's what's happening is, and I'm going to say that section right there, 4 feet thick. Yeah, it's about 4 feet there. And so as you see, you know, it just continues to move all the way through. The river works its way through, water of course finding the easiest course to follow. And so as it does, it just continues to move the ice when it freezes and just grinds it up and grinds it up and pushes it up, pushes it up. So this is what we're seeing here along the Similkameen River. Highway 3 is behind me, so that's why you hear some traffic in the background. But this is ice buildup along the river. Hasn't gone all the way across the river, as it turns out, so that's why there's still a channel able to go through here, because of the strength of this particular current. But you can see that there's ice being pushed all the way down here, though. We'll follow that little piece of ice. That's worked its way loose from somewhere and is going to end up continuing downstream until it either gets snagged on another piece of ice or whatever. It may actually end up pushed up against a chunk of ice further downstream, and as I said, as the water movement continues to push it, it'll grind it and grind it and grind it until it just becomes part of the ice on the side of the banks. So actually quite a bit of, I see quite a few pieces of ice coming through here. It's actually become quite mild here. It is above freezing. It's the middle of January and it's above freezing, which is kind of unusual for this time of year. And so here we are, we see some good-sized chunks of ice working their way down the river. Not sure where they're breaking off, but they're working their way down. But what I wanted to point out is you can see how some of this ice action, as I've explained, has built itself up onto the shore here, where the water continues to push, and some more ice being moved down. Actually, we can see quite a bit of ice now that I'm thinking about it. Quite a bit of ice coming through that channel in the current. You see a big chunk in the middle of the frame. Well, that's actually quite a good-sized chunk. Anyway, this is what's happening on the Similkameen River in the middle of January, just downstream from where Wolfe Creek joins the river.